What if I told you that this simple bubu could have a perfectly snatched waistline without losing its comfort? So stay with me as I show you the step-by-step process and wait until you see the final look. So we are working with this Ankara fabric of 64 inches in length. So we folded it into two first of all. After folding into two, we are going to fold again, this time into four. That is salvage to salvage. You see it now. I have folded it into four. So next I'm going to measure what I have. I have 21.5. So we are going to use all of them. So we are going to take the neck width of 4.5 and then the back neck depth is what I'm marking first, 2.5. I'm connecting it to the neck width. So next I'm going to take the neck depth for the front, 7.5. So I will connect it to the neck width as well. After that I'm going to take my shoulder slant of 1.5. I will connect it to the neck width as you can see. After connecting it, I'm going to take the sleeve circumference of 10 inches plus 1 inch for seam allowance, which is total of 11 inches. So I placed my tape from the starting point and marked 12.5 because we came down by 1.5 plus 11 gave us 12.5. So I marked 12.5. Now if you are using both circumference, just the way I place the tape, that is how you are going to place your tape to impute your both circumference. But for this video, I just came inwards by 1.5. You see what I did? I came in by 1.5 and then drew a curve at that armhole area and sink it in to what we have. So it is time for me to cut what I have. So I'm going to take the neck width first for the back and then I'm going to cut the shoulder slants. Okay, so I'm cutting the shoulder slant, after which I am going to cut the side. Okay, so I'm going to trim the down parts. After trimming the down parts, I will now cut the side. So if you watch, there is no much things to cut on this fabric because it is a loose bubu. If you want yours to be a little bit fitted, please impute your measurements. Okay, so after cutting the sleeve circumference, I am going to separate the front panel from that of the back panel. The reason is for us to drop the neckline for that of the front. Remember, the depth for the front neck and that of the back depth is not the same. Okay, so after cutting, I am going to separate the front from the back. Okay, so now I am going to mark the center. That center that I am marking is the center that we are going to put our drawstring. Okay, so I want the imprint at the center. So after marking it to the end, I will now drop the neckline. So I will separate it. So I've done the separation. I will now drop the neckline for that of the front. You see, after dropping the neckline, we are now going to open our fabric. So from the neck depth, we are going to take the measurements and then cut the fabric we are going to use for the drawstring. Okay, so now I have opened up the front panel. So I'm going to place my tape from the end of that V point and then I'm going to take the length that I have to cut the pieces I will use for the drawstring. Okay, so we have 59 inches. So next I'm going to place my tape from the starting point, that is from the shoulder. I'm going to take her true waist length of 16.5. So that 16.5 I am marking is at that point that we are going to put our inner belt. Okay, so I mark 16.5, 16.5. So I'll place my tape from the center line and then I'll mark 7 inches. So I'll mark again from the center line to the other part, 7 inches. So at that point that I marked, we are going to put our inner belt at that point. Okay, so now we have fixed the inner belt. You can make any measurement of your choice to fix your inner belt. So now we have also cut 3 inches material and folded the two edges and then sewed it at the center line. Okay, so after sewing it, we also made a rope that we are going to use for the drawstring. So your rope should be longer than the length of what you have on your gown. So I folded the rope into two. I used 1.5 and then used it to form the rope. So see what I did, the center of the rope, okay, I placed it at the neckline. See what I did, I placed it side by side, okay. So I am going to place that rope inside of the center pieces that we have sewn. So I'm going to arrange it inside of that pieces. See what I did, open it up, place that rope inside all the way down, and then use your sewing machine to sew it. While sewing it, make sure that your sewing machine does not affect the rope, okay. So I'm going to sew it for the two sides. So at this other part too, I'm going to flip the material up, that center fabric up, and then I'm going to put the rope inside and arrange it very well, and then use my sewing machine to sew it. So next we are going to work on the back panel. So this is the back panel. We are using bias to turn the neckline, after which we are going to join the front and the back panel, okay. So now this is the panel for the front and the back. We've joined the shoulder. So the down part, there is the drawstring, okay. See how it is looking. I'm going to draw it for you to see. So everything is perfectly okay. So you see when you draw it, it is moving freely. So next we are now going to fold the sleeve, okay. So to fold the sleeve, I am going to fold with 1 inch. So that 1 inch, I'm folding half an inch and another half an inch. I will sew it all the way down, and then I will do the same for the other part, after which I turn the fabric to the wrong side. So I'm going to use half an inch to sew it all the way down and do the same for the other parts, and then I am going to finish it up by folding the down part. Then our model will wear it. The final result of this gown on my model is perfect. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell so that you will not miss out on our weekly upload. Please watch the next video on your screen to keep learning more beautiful styles with Lois Ada.